invention. Now, that's one down. I'll see what I can do about drumming up some privacy. Good morning. Take it this courtroom is under your custodial jurisdiction?
I'm the janitor here.
Yes, well, let me compliment you on what fine work you're doing. You've done a superior job.
Not done yet.
Well, I was wondering
Excuse me, Mr. Capel here is the attorney for the defendant today, and I'm with the Santa Barbara Police Department. We need to confer here in private for a few minutes, and it is urgent.
Well, sure. Why did you say so?
Beats me. Why didn't you just say so?
Just tell me about the forensics report, Cruz. I've been holding my breath ever since you called me.
Well, we finally got an analysis of the bits of fabric that were collected from Christy's skin and clothing after the assault.
Other than Ted's clothing?
Exactly. Gave us a pretty good idea of what kind of shirt her attacker must have been wearing. We know a lot about the color, a little about the fabric, and everything about the fiber content. It tends to narrow things down quite a bit.
So what's the next step?
I have been out searching stores, and they're going to bring me everything they can find that fits that rather limited description. We should be able to come up with something relatively the same, if not identical.
Well, this is good, Cruz. I mean, it's not exactly an eyewitness, but it's better than anything we've got so far. Let's just hope that this shirt is still out there somewhere. It might lead us right to our man. As good as new. Kinda makes me hate to part with it. Maybe you don't have to. Here it is, Miss Duval, the good book, as it is sometimes called. You are familiar with this book, are you not, you of all people?
It's the Bible.
Very good. Very good. I see you haven't forgotten everything since you left the order. Now, if you would be so good as to place your left hand upon this sacred tome, raise your right as you repeat after me. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
Sing hallelujah. Brothers and sisters, Sister Mary is trying to tell us that she knows how to play this game we're playing, the game of truth. And the stakes are high, aren't they, brothers and sisters? The stakes are very high, but Mary understands that. Don't you, Mary? Isn't that why you're here?
I'm here to testify on behalf of my sister. I'm here for Christy.
For Christy or against Ted Capwell? The truth, Mary.
My sister was attacked. She was savagely abused, and the person who did it cannot go unpunished.
And a savage attack must be counterattacked, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. Brothers and sisters, we have before us a woman whose hatred for the accused goes far beyond any hatred that the victim herself might have.
Stop it! I'm not the one on trial here.
We're all on trial here, my child. Every day of our lives. And you agreed to tell the truth. You swore.
I'm leaving.
Sit down, Miss Duval. Apparently, I'm not asking the right questions. Do we still have a deal about the truth? Good. Now I want you to be very honest with me about one very important thing. How do you feel about me?
Let go of me.
The truth, Mary. Or don't you dare to tell the truth about that. About how you've wanted me.
No. Stop.
What's that?
Nothing.
Give it to me, Christy.
I just got it. I haven't had a chance to read it. Get away from me.
What's the matter with you? I just want to see what you're reading.
Just leave me alone, please.
Christy, give it to me.
Please?
You said that call was coming at 8 a.m. our time.
Okay, maybe the phone service in New Salem isn't the greatest.
Well, you're the expert on New Salem, wherever that may be.
I didn't say I was an expert.
Rick Wallace, world traveler, takes a trip to some godforsaken little country, and all of a sudden my esteemed mother-in-law decides you're ready to be a corporation kingpin.
Okay, fine. You don't like me on the board of directors. I got it, okay?
I was under the impression that experience was required. Silly me.
Yeah, some of us can learn by doing.
Nothing personal, but you weren't even in a related field. What does it being a chauffeur have to do with learning about real estate?
You know, I bet there are a few people in this group that didn't know too much about real estate before they joined the board. In fact, I heard that most of them just happen to have family connections.
Something you'll never acquire, no matter how many corporations you work for.
Huh.
Rubbing elbows with a Lockridge doesn't mean you're suddenly going to become an honorary family member, in case you weren't aware of that. Good, that must be Amy. It's my phone in my house. Hello?
Lockridge, it's Amy.
Oh, I have been going out of my mind. What's the news on Julia? Have they found her?
I wish I could say that they had. The police and the Coast Guard are still out looking for them. They haven't turned up anything yet. I'm sorry.
A horrible feeling that was what you were going to say. Look, this is awful. They've been looking all night.
Don't give up, Mrs. Lockridge. We're going to keep on looking.
So much time has gone by. I'm sorry. It's just so difficult being so far away. I feel incredibly helpless.
I know how you feel. I persuaded one of the search parties to let me go with them this morning. I could call you when I get back.
Thank you. I'd appreciate that. I'll be waiting. Rick wants to talk to you. Hold on.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Aside from worrying about Julia, I'm fine.
Yeah?
How's your mother?
She's stable. How's Johnny?
He's right here. He sends his love.
Yeah. Honey, I really miss you both, you know.
We miss you, too.
I have to come home.
This is Johnny's home.
Look, Amy, this is crazy. We can't go on like this, all right? We shouldn't be even...
I just thought of something. Is there some sort of emergency number you could give me? The Coast Guard or whatever? I assume there's some sort of hotline they set up.
Mrs. Lockridge, I'm not sure. It's a small operation, but I'll try to find out what I can.
Would you please?
I can't go on waiting on the phone for secondhand information. I've got to talk to somebody who's in charge.
Can you please tell her I'll call her from my house, okay? Thank you.
Look, Rick had to go. He says he'll, would you get that, please?
No, you answer your own door in your own house. Bye.
I'm sorry, Amy. Rick will talk to you later. Let me know as soon as you get that number.
I'll see what I can do.
This is not a promising day.
What?
Nothing.
Mrs. Lockridge, I'll call you as soon as I have anything to report.
Thank you.
Bye.
What do you want? Just to talk to you. Rationally and honestly. No more games, Augusta. Games? I'm not playing any games. I thought I made that clear. Augusta, I'm not going to allow you to tell Cece about Channing. Oh. So this is Sophia being tough. Tell me something. How do you propose to stop me?
Oh, Johnny, I do miss him. I don't think he believes me anymore, but I do. All right, little man. I have to go out for a little while. So you stay with Celia while I'm gone? Good night, sweetheart.
Do you expect to be gone long, madam?
I hope not. I'm not looking for a friend of mine. The sooner we find her, the better. Hello, Jack. Why are you laughing?
Hello, Jack. As if you just spotted me at the next table in a restaurant. Hi there.
I still don't see what's so funny.
You are. You've been talking almost incessantly lately. This is the first time you've joined the conversation of the rest of you.
Oh, I'm thirsty.
Yeah, I'll bet you are. You've been running a fever for a long time. Could have fried a couple of eggs on that fork.
I'm all right, though, right?
Yeah, sure look it.
Oh, how did I get this fever? Oh, yeah. Cut my leg. I don't want it to get infected.
I'm afraid so. I've been trying to keep it as clean as I possibly could. I've been changing the bandage every 3 hours. It just, the swelling started to go down a little while ago.
How long was I out?
About 4 days.
4 days?
Mm-hmm.
I've been unconscious for 4 days?
I'm 2 hours and 6 minutes, but who's counting?
Must have been some fever. You said something about that I was talking to you all that time?
Well, you didn't always know it was me, but yes, you'd get delirious and you were yakking up a storm.
What did I say?
Oh, it doesn't matter. What matters is that it kept me awake long enough so that I could keep an eye on you all the time.
You stood by me 4 days straight. You took care of me? Thank you.
Don't thank me. Thank that iron constitution of yours. I don't know what kind of vitamins you take, but you are one strong cookie.
I know that working out will pay off. Seriously, I want to tell you.
Don't get serious. Please. Anything but that. This is the first chance in 4 days that I've had to lighten up.
No, I mean it. You saved my life. I don't know how I'm ever going to repay you.
I'm not just talking about my own life, Christy, but my family's lives, too. You won't be hurting only one person if you go through with this? Is that what you really want? When are you going to learn, Christy? The guy'll try anything. You can't leave yourself wide open for it.
I was going to throw it away.
No, you weren't. You were about to read it when I came in. You were about to undermine all your strengths, everything we've worked for.
You're yelling at me. Doesn't do so much good for my strength, does it?
Look, I just want to impress upon you how crucial it is to keep your focus where it should be. This is day one of the trial. Starting now, you got to look in one direction and one direction only. To give Ted Capel what he deserves for what he did to you, and it's not going to be easy. Because Ted and his people will try to get to you any way they can, you understand? That goes for you, too. From now on, we go to the courtroom, we go home. We don't think of anything else but this trial until it's over. You think you can handle that, Mary? Means you don't do things like letting people see you dancing with the brother of the rapist the night before the trial. Can't wait to see the kind of field day the press is going to have with that one.
Yeah, look, at Henley and Benito are supposed to deliver those shirts sometimes in the next couple of hours. I want you to let me know the minute they get here.
Will do, Inspector.
Okay. Mason?
This isn't your bedroom mirror. People don't dance alone in restaurants. Not this kind of restaurant, anyway.
Another rule broken.
I like you when you're breaking rules.
She's still the key to this whole thing. Got to see her.
How could you be dancing with someone you told me you couldn't stand?
Well, I wasn't exactly dancing with him, Christy. I was alone, and I'd had a few drinks, and then he came over.
A few drinks? Since when did the convent allow you to drink?
They don't. Go on, Mary. Tell Christy the rest of your news. Mary's just full of surprises today.
What is he talking about?
What are you waiting for, Mary? A good confession cleanses the soul, isn't that what they say? Tell Christy why you don't have to follow those confining old rules anymore.
Christy, I left the order.
What?
I'm not a nun anymore.
Why, Mary?
Christy, please, this isn't easy for me, okay? I've been wrestling with this decision for weeks now. It's very painful.
I don't understand. I thought you liked being a nun. You said it gave you strength and a certain kind of peace that you liked.
Well, it did for a while, particularly compared with what was going on at home, but that's not always enough.
I don't understand.
Neither do I.
Look, it has to do with certain feelings that I have been burying for a long time now. Christy, after you were attacked, I was filled with so much anger and resentment that I couldn't control. I mean, all the prayer and meditation in the world wouldn't make it go away. And I couldn't walk around in this kind of conflict and still call myself a nun. It just wasn't right.
So what you're saying is this happened because of what happened to me?
No, listen, if it wasn't that, it would have been something else. The point is, I wasn't at peace inside myself. I wasn't living up to my vocation. I had to face that.
How can you say that? All the stuff you've done for people, the nursing and the volunteer work at the shelter and everything. I was so proud of you.
Christy, I'll still do those things. I just won't be a nun anymore.
I feel like this is my fault.
No, don't say that. This is my decision. It's a personal decision. And now that I've made it, I'm going to be able to support you a lot more. And now that I'm not in such conflict inside, I'm really going to be able to help you through this trial.
I don't deserve your help. I'm not even worth it. Mary, you ruined your life. You messed up your life just because of me, but I'm the one who messed it up in the first place. This is all my fault.
I'm not asking for myself, Augusta. I'm not frightened for myself. I'm worried about Cece's reaction.
You're afraid he'll kill you in cold blood? I doubt it.
No, it's not that. Augusta, he's not well.
He looked fit as a fiddle last night at the Orient Express.
Well, he isn't. He's been, he's been suffering some ill effects of the pressure he's been under the last few months.
I have other things to think about.
And Augusta, Ted is going on trial today, and he's worried sick about it. Now, you don't want to add any more agony to the ones he already has, do you?
I didn't create the agony. You created it when you decided to have an affair with my husband and got pregnant.
No, I still don't believe it.
What?
How you ever could have found out. How did you ever find that priest to even know to talk to him?
I have Minx to thank for that. She's the one that followed you to the confessional and bribed a man of the cloth to tell her what you'd said. And she wrote his name down for future reference, which I thought was very thoughtful of her, and I found it. Isn't it amusing how one thing leads to another?
No one ever should have known. Augusta, don't you think that Cece and Lionel have had enough hate in their lives without adding to this?
More than enough, but when there are lies, I think they should be exposed.
To what cost? To shattering a lot of people's lives?
Oh, well, frankly, I think Cece's life is in a great many pieces. Maybe when he finds out the truth about Channing, he'll be able to build something honest out of the rubble.
How? Channing was everything to Cece. His memory is the only thing that's good that man can cling to.
Then he's clinging to an illusion, Sophia. What's the good of that?
Augusta, life is short. Cece is not a young man, you know. He can't really build things up again like you're suggesting.
Well, it's too bad he has it coming. Cece was almost pathological where Channing was concerned. He treated the boy like he was a god, or should I say a son of God. Now that he's going to find out that his precious little boy is the child of his most hated enemy, well, I wouldn't miss that for the world.
What are you doing?
Just stay away. Cece Capwell, please. Just take one more step and I'll call the police and tell them you tried to rob my house. Cece, it's Augusta. I need to speak with you today as soon as possible. Can I come by?
That's a little better. What am I doing? This isn't me. Who are you trying to impress?
Well, that was fast work. How many shirts did they find that corresponded to the fibers?
Well, it looks like basically 3. All we got to do... Give me that back, man.
Well, if it isn't my worthy opponent.
I'm not here to see you, Capwell. Came to see your friend. Grapevine says he's been spending more than his share of hours trying to substantiate your client's case.
Oh, I just want to make sure the right guy gets the rap, that's all.
We have the right guy, Castillo. And as assistant DA, it's my job to prosecute him. Do I need to remind you that as a law enforcement officer, it's your duty to back me up?
My duty is to complete my assignments and file the necessary reports, and as far as this case is concerned, I've done that.
You've also been running your butt off trying to round up another suspect.
What I choose to investigate on my own time is my business.
Unless it undermines the DA's case. I can guarantee you, he won't like that. As a matter of fact, you might even find yourself transferred.
Mr. Capel, you're an attorney. Does that qualify as a threat?
Well, it did have that ring to it.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Now, you listen, Bassett. You can prove I'm doing something illegal, you go right ahead. But last I heard, I'm still a private citizen on my day off and can therefore do whatever I damn well want.
We'll see about that. Jury selection begins in 10 minutes. Were you planning on showing up, or were you going to send Detective Castillo to handle the legal amenities? He seems to be handling everything else.
Oh, I'll be here, Bassett. Count on it.
Okay, here we go. 3 shirts. Any one of which could be the same shirt worn by the rapist. They all contain the same kinds of threads that were found on Christy.
I wish we had Christy right here to tell us which one comes close.
Not to worry. First recess, I'm going to make sure she gets a nice long look at each one of them.
You know, I don't blame the DA for being annoyed. Sure glad you're on our side.
Don't go over there, Augusta. Take your hands off of me.
You kill him, probably. But I'm not out to be nice, am I?
You don't understand.
I understand that I've had enough of you.
Wait. Think about the children. Think about the innocent people.
Sophia, your children are grown. Don't try to tug at my heartstrings with that.
All right, then what about Brandon?
What about him? Think about it, Augusta. Brandon's Channing's child. That means he's Lionel's grandchild, not Cece's. Dear God. What do you think Lionel would think about that? What do you think he'd do? I don't know. He wouldn't sit idly by. No, I don't think he would. Then what would happen? There'd be a battle over Brandon between Cece and Lionel. Do you want that? Of course not. I don't want that. I want things to be over and done with between my family and yours. I want to settle the score, and I don't want to ever see you again. Well, I don't think you're going to accomplish that by letting Lionel know that he has a grandchild that he's always wanted. Damn you. Oh, it could go on and on, Augusta. You could be unleashing something that you would have no control over eventually. Maybe Arnold wouldn't have to know about it. Oh, as soon as you told Cece, you would confront Lionel before the words were even out of your mouth. You don't know that. Maybe I could convince him to leave things as they are. I'm sure he wouldn't want to lose Brandon, even if it isn't his real grandchild. Don't risk it, Augusta. You're just trying to save your own skin. I'm not going to listen to you. You're cutting your own throat, Augusta. That grandchild is also mine. Lionel and I would discover we have so much in common.
Guys, everyone's staring at me.
Just look straight ahead, Christy. Don't get to you.
You're doing fine, honey. We're almost there. Come on, once we get inside.
Listen, it's going very well so far. Jury selection went without a hitch, and I think we've got some people up there that are ready to see Ted Capel fry.
I'm back early. Maybe it's time for the shirts.
No, let's wait. I'd like to get Christy alone if we can.
When we reconvene, the DA will give the opening statement for our side. Then we'll call the witnesses for the prosecution. I'm not sure we'll even get to you today, but you should be ready for anything. Mary, that's why I want a chance to go over your testimony with you now. I'll have a few minutes.
Sure.
Just wait for us right here. We'll be back.
Where are you going?
What Mary and I discuss has to be in private. The last thing I need is for Mason Capital to get you on the stand and force you to admit that you were present when I was reviewing testimony with another witness.
What's the difference, Marion?
Why don't you let me handle the legal technicalities, okay? This won't take long. I promise.
I don't want to stay here alone. I don't like this place.
Come on, Christy. Be a good girl.
Just hang on while I make a call,
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah, why don't you do that? Rick, can I see you for a second now? All right. Take this, go in there and shuffle a few papers and lay it down somewhere where she can see it, okay? And be cool about it. Try not to draw too much attention to yourself.
Sure thing.
Nothing.
Sure she's seen it?
Yeah, she saw it. But no reaction, not even a glimmer.
Hi.
Hi.
It took you so long, I was worried about
Oh, I had an important mission. These things take time.
What things?
Well, I thought it'd be appropriate to welcome you back to the land of the living, so I searched for the fairest flower to give to the fairest flower.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. What should I do with it? Put it in my hair?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that looks nice.
Thank you. I have a present for you, too.
No.
Yes, little occupational therapy. It's a thought that counts.
Well, now look at that. I'm impressed.
No. This deserves a ceremony. You know, get down in front of me. This is for your constant vigilance and your innate medical skill. I bestow upon you a token of my esteem. To the only real live hero I've ever met. Thank you.
You just made these 4 days worth it.
I can't believe I was out that long. You know, I don't remember anything.
No, I'm not surprised.
You're not going to tell me what I said, did you? Are you?
No, why should I? Come on, forget about it. It's all over.
Well, I'm curious. What was I speaking in tongue or what?
No, you were doing a lot of things. You were reliving your childhood, talking to Augusta, going down memory lane. You were even reliving some of your more adult concerns.
All right, what else? What, did I give you the complete history of my romantic life? Now, come on, that's not fair. I feel like I've walked in on somebody reading my diary. What's that?
It's a helicopter.
Wait! Shoot. Why didn't I open my big mouth and tell him everything when I had that fever? I hope I didn't tell him everything.
Ah! They signaled. They saw me. We're gonna get out of here. How's your leg? Can you get up topside?
I don't think so. It's
All right, doesn't matter. As soon as they're here, we'll get you up there fast enough, and then it's back to civilization.
What's so great about civilization, anyway?
Well, the count's 0-2. 3 strikes and we're out.
Yeah, I know it's a long shot, but I'm going to have Rick wear the third shirt in. Maybe it'll change our luck.
And if she still doesn't react?
Then obviously I didn't hit the right shirt. Okay, my man, one more time.
Sure.
Did you see her face?
Unmistakable.
Okay, I'm gonna go in there and talk to her now. Keep your eyes open, will you?
Right.
Mary? have a few calls to make. You go talk to Christy. I'll be right back.
All right.
Hello, Mary.
Hello. Excuse me, can I get by?
Well, why? We're still on recess.
Well, I know, but I left Christy in there alone, and I told her I'd be right back.
Christy will be fine. She's probably glad to have a moment alone, catch her breath.
I doubt it, but I don't expect you to enter into Christy's feelings.
Well, give me a little credit, Mary. Just because I'm defending somebody you think is guilty doesn't mean I don't have any compassion.
Fine, I don't want to argue with you. I don't even think I should be talking to you.
Why not?
Well, don't they have rules about witnesses talking to opposing counsel?
As long as we don't talk about the case, everything else is fair game. So tell me, how do you feel about your decision in the clear light of day? Any second thoughts about, what was it they used to call it, going over the wall?
I think convent walls were a little higher in the old days.
That doesn't answer my question. Are you having any second thoughts?
Well, if I were, I would hardly confide them to you, but no, I'm very confident about my decision.
How about your family? Are they supporting you?
They need a little time to get used to it.
They're not supporting you. They were shocked, huh?
That isn't what I said.
I expected that Christy would take it the hardest. She's at that age when she expects her elders to be perfect and unchangeable. She'll treat you like a fallen idol when you told her?
Oh, she'll deal with it when she's had time to think about it. She's had other things on her mind.
Well, just remember that you're the only one that counts in this case. The only person who has to come to terms with this decision is you. As long as you have no doubts, that's all that matters.
I have no doubts.
Good. So what are you going to do next? Have you thought about what kind of job you're going to get?
Oh, I have a lot of options. I'm trained as a nurse, and I have a background in sociology, psychology. I'm not going to do anything until the trial's over.
And then who knows? You might find a nice man with a good job. You won't have to work at all. Just settle down, buy a house, raise some kids.
Yeah. Who knows? I might even do that.
Christy, you remember me, don't you, Inspector Castillo?
Yeah.
I was wondering if I could ask you a question. This shirt my friend Rick here is wearing, you ever seen a shirt like this before?
Why?
Just answer the question, please.
I don't know. It looks like a lot of shirts.
You sure? You sure you haven't seen this particular kind of shirt sometime before?
Well, how should I know? I don't memorize people's clothes.
Uh-huh. Thanks, Rick. That'll be all. You see, I think you do, in this case. I think the man who raped you was wearing a shirt exactly like that one. Am I right?
No. Ted was wearing a different shirt.
Then why were threads from that shirt found on your clothing? You see, we've been studying the samples, Christy, and we know that's the kind of shirt your attacker was wearing.
Well, maybe Ted did have
I'm not
that
talking
kind of
about Ted anymore. I'm talking about whoever it is that you're protecting. Now, why don't you save us all a great deal of trouble and start telling the truth for a change?
I don't know what you're talking about. Ted Caffel raped me. I don't know anything about any shirt.
Did your brother tell you what the penalty is for lying in a court of law?
My brother told me I shouldn't be talking to anyone unless he's here.
Listen
you
to me.
shouldn't
Listen
be
to me.
here.
Committing perjury under oath is an extremely serious offense. And mark my words, the truth is going to come out
I don't
sooner or
want to
later.
talk to you. Please, just leave me alone.
Hey, I'm on to you. Now you think about that.
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. Listen, could we go someplace?
Are you okay? Don't you feel well?
Oh, well, I didn't have much sleep last night. I was so worried about all this. I'm gonna pass out if I don't get a chance to lay down.
All right, I'll run you back to your place. You can take a nap.
No, not my place. It's too noisy. There's a woman next door who gives music lessons all day. And, I'd never get any sleep. I could rest at your place.
All right, I guess so. Are you sure you're okay, or did something just happened to upset you?
No, I'm just exhausted, that's all. Can we go?
say to Christy?
I told her that we were going to trace that shirt back to its rightful owner, and so she should come clean. And she acted like she didn't know what I was talking about, which is okay. So we're going to find out how many of those shirts were sold, trace the credit cards, whatever. We'll do something. We'll come up with something.
Unless our man paid cash, in which case it's going to be trickier.
Mason, it's still our best shot.
No, it's not, Cruz. The best shot is sitting right over there. It's just a matter of finding the key to get through to her.
I'm going to start you on antibiotics as soon as we get back to the mainland. You're not suffering any serious damage, though.
Yeah, but you look great. I was really worried about you. I promised Miss Wainwright's sister I'd call her if I had any news. Is there a phone on the rescue boat?
I have a portable phone upstairs on the dock with the rest of my equipment. I'll bring it down and you can place the call yourself.
Thank you.
Thanks,
I'm so glad you came. I talked to her I worried Augusta this morning before the helicopter left. She's going to be very relieved.
So how'd you manage to get in on the rescue mission? Where's your friend Brick?
He isn't here. He went back to Santa Barbara. He did? His mother was ill and he wanted to return to be with her. Why didn't you go with him? It's a long story. The truth is, I don't know that I'm ever going back to Santa Barbara. What? They'd like me to stay so that Johnny can eventually take over the throne. And Rick didn't feel right about it. I don't know. I can't make up my mind.
It's a big decision. Your child has a very special birthday.
I know.
Here we go. Who's going to place the call?
I will. I have a number.
Hello?
Rick, is it you?
Amy, I've been trying to call you. They told me you went out with the search party, so I finally came back here to find out if Augusta heard anyone.
I have wonderful news. I found them. They're here. Jack and Julie are fine, and we're about to take them by boat back to the mainland.
That's fantastic. Wait, let me get Augusta, all right? Mrs. Lockridge, it's Amy. They found Julia. She's all right.
Hello?
Yeah, Julia?
Rick? Hi, it's me.
Listen, just a minute. There's somebody here who's very anxious to talk to you.
Julia, sweetheart, is it true?
Yes. Augusta, it's me. I'm fine.
God, thank God.
Are you really worried about me?
Of course I was. You were out of the middle of the ocean battling starvation and exposure to sharks and heaven knows what else.
No, there were no sharks, but I would have taken care of them if there were.
I bet it was all that bodybuilding.
No, it was all them fighting with you.
I'm glad we both still have a sense of humor.
Who's laughing?
You want to go in the bedroom or just use the couch?
No, the couch will be fine. Are you going back to the courthouse now?
No, I'll stick around here until it's time to go back.
Here?
Well, I have some calls to make, and maybe I'll make them from your apartment so I won't disturb you.
Good idea.
Let me get your blanket.
No, I don't need a blanket.
All right. Well, let me make you comfortable then. You try to get some sleep now. I know this is hard on you, Christy. I really do. But you're going to get through it just fine. And then we can put it all behind us. Okay, I'll let you sleep now.
Jack and Julie are fine. They're resting. I'll see them later on this evening.
So, did they think that you should stay in New Stalin?
Doesn't matter what they think. You know that. If I decide to stay, it's because I think it's best for Johnny, not because somebody talked me into it.
Amy, I'm going nuts here without you, okay? I wake up in the morning, you're not there. I just go through the motions here.
I feel the same way.
Okay, then come home.
I have to stay until the coronation. You knew that when you left.
All right, when is that, next week?
Yes.
Then?
Then we'll see.
Look, you're just afraid of coming back.
Why am I afraid?
Because you think that your friends and your family are going to tell you the same thing I've been telling you all along. Amy, there's nothing wrong with Johnny growing up here with us.
I see. So I guess that means you've made your decision.
No. It hasn't. Look, I'm just afraid you've made yours.
One of us is going to have to decide eventually. We can't put that off forever, can we?
No, look, I'm not going to be available for that or anything else until this trial runs its course. Made sure I have the whole morning free tomorrow to research what we talked about. No, look, you don't understand. This is top priority. Not just one case, it's the case. So plan to put in some overtime. Good book?
It was until you lost my place.
You didn't come here to read, Mary.
I didn't?
No, you came here to talk to me.
Oh, please.
You could have gone home during the recess with your sister, but you didn't. You stayed because you're having some doubts. Something's troubling you about Christy and about yourself. It's driving you crazy, so why don't you just tell me about it?
Hello, operator. Give me the police.